Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome into the News 10 Plus Digital Desk. If you were watching our stream earlier, you just saw the procession for Hillsdale County Sheriff Deputy William Butler. Again, he was shot and killed during a traffic stop nearly a week ago. And so if you're watching that stream, you can continue watching that on our website, WILX.com, where we're going to continue to share more details into that later. Coming up during our 90 minutes of news, Riley Connell will be live sharing more into the procession. But we are going to turn it to Cole Engle, who's going to share your 4th of July forecast and your weekend forecast. Cole.
Yeah, Taylor, it's been a little bit of rainy today.
Yes, it has been.
But luckily, I think it's starting to move out of the way. You can tell by the US 127 Skycam here, which is brought to you by the Meridian Company Skycam Network. Looks like we're finally starting to get some peaks of sun out there. You can see we do still have the clouds sticking around, but I do anticipate those to move out of the area pretty quickly here. And right now you can see where the rain has been. You can see that temperatures like in Marshall, for example, it's only at 76 degrees, but it's a bit warmer down to the southeast where we've had more sunshine. In places like Adrian and Ann Arbor, we're sitting in the mid 80s right now. So pretty normal for this time of year. But yeah, you can see on satellite and radar too, you got those rain showers moving to the southeast, but then you notice that clearing line to the northwest, and that's something that is moving on our direction for tonight, so it should be pretty nice evening if you have any plans. We'll take this hour by hour for you. So going into this evening, if you have any plans like going to the Lansing Lugnuts game, it should be pretty nice out. It's going to be a little muggy, but it's not going to be unbearable like what we had in weeks prior. But yeah, temperature should be in the mid 80s just later on this afternoon. Once we get a little bit more sunshine, I do think that we'll jump up a couple more degrees. But going into the holiday, waking up tomorrow, I think we're going to start off with partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the upper 60s. You can see as we go on later in the day, we have some clouds that are going to be moving in, but I do think that temperatures will be in the mid 80s at this point, and even those clouds are going to move out of the area. I don't even think we're going to get any chances of rain tomorrow. I think we're just going to have a few clouds that come in and just move right on out. But you notice by 8 p.m. when a lot of those fireworks are starting to come off, that's going to be the best time for the weather because we have those clearing skies and we have temperatures sitting in the upper 70s and low 80s. And as we go into Friday here, you notice that we start off in the morning here in the low 70s for the most part. Some mostly cloudy skies, and then we have a chance of those rain and thunderstorms later on in the day, especially in the lunchtime hour. You can see that we got some rain showers here in Lansing at that time. And I think those will stick around for a couple more hours, but I think even by Friday evening, it should clear out. So definitely not a washout by any means. So if you do have any plans for the 4th, it's looking good right now, but for the 5th, it's looking a little iffy. So if you do have any plans on that day, just stay weather aware.
Yeah, any fireworks, sparklers, any of those celebrations,
right.
Bonfires, anything that could be washed out by the rain. So tonight would be a good day to do that too.
Yes, I do think so. You know, we got those rain chances today. I think honestly for the Lansing area, the rain chances have already moved out of our way. So I do think we're just going to dry out for the rest of the day. So yeah, if you have any plans for fireworks tonight too, I think it's going to be another good night for that.
All right,
so,
perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as rainfall goes, you can see that everyone's going to get a chance of rain for the next few days here. And as we look at break it down day by day, you see what we have for Wednesday. I think that's already what has fallen. We did have more rain that happened on the west side of the state, but you can see also on Friday where the best chance of the rain is going to be, and it's looking more like the east side of the state is going to see just a little bit more rain on that day. As far as humidity goes, it's not going to be too crazy. It does spike up around the Friday afternoon hours when we do get those chances of showers and thunderstorms coming in. But that does drop a bit, and it will just be a little muggy here this weekend, but it's not going to be unbearable. It's not going to be like, you know, walk outside, you can basically wear the air, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't like it.
It's not going to be like that, but it is going to be a little muggy, and you're probably going to notice it.
So keep the air conditioning units going.
Yes,
okay.
I highly recommend that. But yeah, as far as the weekend goes, if you do have any plans, it should be pretty nice, especially if you're going out to the big lake, taking the boat out or anything. It's looking like it's going to be a high of 76 on Saturday, partly cloudy, and just a touch warmer on Sunday with mostly sunny skies at 83 degrees.
Okay,
so,
not bad at all. That's good.
Right, and then looking at the 10-day forecast, you notice we kind of keep that trend of staying in the low 80s even after that. Better chance of rain showers both on Monday and Tuesday. But then as we go on into later on in the forecast, you notice we still keep that like upper 70s, low 80s. Very normal for this time of year. I believe the average high temperature for Lansing is like, I think 83 degrees. So pretty normal. Nothing too high, nothing too low. And we do clear out by this time next week. So pretty good forecast for the summertime.
Yeah, I was going to say, for the month of July, you have those mid-80s or high or mid-70s.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you have your rain chances. But overall, like you said, they clear up pretty quickly.
Right, yeah, definitely no washout anytime soon. We'll be taking a closer look at what's happening on Monday and Tuesday as we go on. But as far as, the weekends are focused, we're obviously going to be watching Friday, see if any thunderstorms develop from those storm chances. But right now, if you have plans for Thursday or the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it should be pretty good. So.
All right, cool. And what will you be doing this weekend to enjoy all of the weather outside?
I am actually traveling. I'm going to go visit my aunt and uncle down in Nashville. So hopefully the weather is good enough on Friday, because that's when I fly out. And then going down to Nashville, and I think it's supposed to be in the low 90s, so it's going to be a little bit hotter down there. Yeah.
So definitely find some water to cool off.
Right, yeah, I'll be doing that. I'll be drinking plenty of water.
Well, that's good. And you can always track the forecast through the First Alert Weather app if you want to check that out.
Yep.
All right. Well, I hope you have a great 4th of July, just like
You
everybody
as well.
else. But like Cole was saying, or like I guess I was saying, and Cole agreed, the First Alert Weather app. So even if you're going out of the state, like Cole is, you can use the First Alert Weather app to track anything in the forecast, like the 90-degree temperatures he's going to be experiencing in Tennessee, or any of the rain chances in our area too.
Yep, exactly.
All right, thank you, Cole. And we'll see Andy for Studio 10, first at 4 in our 90 minutes of news.
Correct. Yep,
All right, sounds good. Do you know the next time we can see you?
I don't know. I don't have the next date exactly yet, but hopefully sometime soon. I've had so much fun filling in for these guys and stuff, and so much experience, so it's been a lot of fun.
Well, I'm glad you're having fun. You've been doing great. Cole was on again this morning for News 10 today at 11, so just continue checking back in because he is excelling. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Taylor.
Of course, we're going to show what we have one more time in the 10-day forecast here, and then I'm going to show you where you can find more updates on our website, wilx.com. There you go. Okay, so give me just a second here so I can play around with this. The mouse is being a little weird. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. First Alert Weather. So all you have to do is go to wilx.com, and then you click on First Alert Weather, and you're going to scroll down. You see what Colton has in the description there. You can click Read More, and then here you notice that says Lansing. You can enter your zip code, so say you're in Jackson. That way you can see what the forecast is happening in Jackson. Don't pay attention really to this if you're not in the Lansing area. It'll give you a good idea still of what's to come across mid-Michigan today and throughout the week. But if you want a more accurate update into where you are, just click into the zip code area. You're going to be able to list that off. Again, I'll scroll back up so you can find that. Or if you go into the First Alert Weather app, you'll be able to click on the Follow Me feature, or you can click on anything else that would be able to show you what's coming up later in the day. And also you get the traffic alert updates. So if you're traveling like the millions of Michiganders and millions of Americans across the country for the 4th of July to get to your holiday destination, download that because it's going to share all of the traffic alerts that you may need to know, the ones that are being reported, any accidents, anything in the construction zones. And I will say the Michigan Department of Transportation is lifting a lot of those lane restrictions so that Michiganders can get to where they need to go safer and quicker, but not speeding, okay? Just making sure you're going a little bit more on the posted speeds as opposed to what you would typically go through in a construction zone as they're lifting those lane restrictions for the holiday. But I do want to share what Studio 10 has coming up today, because we're talking about the 4th of July and all of the festivities coming up, but also so you can plan out your weekend. So today they're talking about drones versus fireworks. So you probably have seen a lot of those drone shows up in the sky. I know they had that for Silver Bells over the winter, which was really cool to check out. And then they were talking about Nathan's hot dog eating contest, which means you can plan on them talking about Joey Chestnut, right? The world record eater over there. And then also they're going to be sharing more about Bigby, their buy one, give one that is happening today. And also they're going to be sharing about the history of the 4th of July, which is really interesting. So make sure you're checking that out again. And you can always go check them out at WILX Studio 10 on their social media pages, or you can go to Studio 10 at wilx.com if you're a business and want to advertise or sponsor with them. Now, I do want to share what we have coming up on Mid-Michigan Matters for First at 4. Speaking on the 4th of July, there we go, a lot of 4s I'm throwing out. And then coming up during our 90 minutes of news, so pulling that up right now. On Mid-Michigan Matters, we are talking with an economic expert, there we go, And she's going to be sharing about the 4th of July spending, the trends, whether it's talking about food, drinks, fireworks, and even talking about your pets. So make sure you're tuning in to Mid-Michigan Matters during First Step Forward today. And then also sharing the trends of how many people are expected to celebrate this year and anything else that may be good to know before celebrating tomorrow. And then coming up, News 10 at 5 today, the Livingston County Sheriff's Office today released video of a high-speed chase that started in Engle County. We'll have more on what caused the chase and how it ended coming up on News 10 at 5. And then News 10 at 5:30, First Lady Jill Biden is in Michigan today and tomorrow, and our Capitol correspondent was on the west side of the state for her arrival. And what she has to say to Michiganders is coming up News 10 at 5:30. Coming up News 10 at 6. Members of law enforcement from across the state and the Midwest gathered today. And I'm going to play this actually right now. You get a live look into the procession and what is happening. So News 10 at 6, members of law enforcement from across the state and the Midwest gathered together in Hillsdale County to pay their respects to fallen Hillsdale County deputy, and that is Deputy William Butler. So Riley Connell is in Hillsdale right now, and this is why you're able to see the live video. I'm going to switch out of here because it looks like they're getting some different shots here. But yes, News 10 at 6, Riley Connell will have more in Hillsdale, and we'll have more on that tonight on News 10 at 6. I'll try to get you a different angle right now, again, into the event, the funeral for William Butler. And again, they had the procession with all of the police cars. The family was there, and a lot of members in the community. And also, I do want to note that a lot of these police officers, law enforcement, they're coming from all across Mid-Michigan, and not only across Mid-Michigan, but Michigan, the whole state, and neighboring states like Ohio and Indiana. A lot of those officers and deputies have worked alongside the Hillsdale County Sheriff's Office and with William Butler, the deputy, that a lot of these community members are paying their respects to right now. So again, Riley Connell will have more on this coming up today, News 10 at 6. But one more time, I'll show you what we have coming up during our 90 minutes of news, so you can take a look at that. And then I'm going to be sharing what Deanna and Tanaya have coming up during our 90 minutes of news. So stick around for a little bit, and we're going to be sharing what they have coming up here in just a second. But yes, this is what you can expect coming up during our 90 minutes of news. We are now going to turn it to Deanna, who's sharing what she has coming up, News 10 at 5. Deanna.
Hi Taylor, I am currently in St. John's where I'll be speaking with the St. John's Rotary Club as they prepare to put on their big fireworks display tomorrow night. Now all across Mid-Michigan communities will be hosting fireworks displays throughout the week, so I'll be talking with them and Delta Township about all the behind the scenes work of putting on an entire fireworks display and how when you see those pretty lights go up in the sky, what happens on the front end. I'll have that story on News 10 at 5. Back to you.
All right, looking forward to it, Deanna. And you see all the little American flags behind her, so getting ready for that fireworks display and what goes into all of that. We're going to share what Tanaya has coming up now. Coming up, News 10 at 5:30. Oh, but before that, we're going to have Mars, okay? We got Mars coming up, News 10 at 5:30. Mars.
Hi, Taylor. Mars Anderson here. I said I was going to make it back to the desk, but I am out here in Diamondale talking to people about their holiday travel plans. I don't know if I'm too late because it is pretty empty here behind me, but I'll have more details on holiday travel. And also I'm talking fireworks. That'll be in our 90 minutes of news. I'm going to toss it back to you at the station.
All right, Mars looks very busy. And you take a look at the gas prices happening on the Marathon right there at Marathon. It's $3.79. So just to keep an eye out on the gas prices across Mid-Michigan, make sure you're checking those. If you are heading to your holiday destination, you're checking the gas prices, you're knowing how much you're spending to travel to your destination. Just know they've been fluctuating, and especially with the holiday happening tomorrow and throughout the weekend with the celebrations, expect a little bit higher of gas prices. But now we're going to share what Tanaya has News 10 at 6.
Hi Taylor, I'm out in Livingston County talking to police about how they handle high-speed chases that could impact other people. This comes after a man was able to flee Livingston County police and threaten and rob a woman in her home. I'll have more on this story coming up today on News 10 at 6. Back to you, Taylor.
All right, thank you, Tanaya. And again, we did share that story today on News 10 today at 11. We did preview that. So one more time, I'll pull up what we have for our 90 minutes of news. Again, that's what we had coming up News 10 at 5 today. Tanaya will be sharing more into that coming up again, News 10 at 6. So making sure you're staying with us here on News 10. We have a lot going on coverage-wise, talking about Again, the high-speed chase in Livingston County, covering, again, and I'll show you the live look, the event, the funeral for Deputy William Butler out of Hillsdale County and with the Hillsdale County Sheriff's Office. So taking a look at that. Riley Connell's going to have more on that coming up News 10 at 6 today. And then again, talking about the Livingston County high-speed chase that Tanaya Jordan will be speaking on. So she's going to have more on that. And then again, speaking on the First Lady, Jill Biden, who is in Michigan. We're going to be sharing into that, and then a lot more 4th of July celebrations. So just make sure you're continuing to check back in with us here on News 10 as we continue to give you all of those updates. I do want to give you a live look over US 127, as I'm sure a lot of you are getting ready to hit the road to go to your holiday destination. So live look at US 127 right now. Looks like there is little traffic out there. I'm seeing just a few cars out on the roadway. Oh, and of course, as I say that, more picks up. But yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. You do see some traffic out on the roadway, but nothing to slow you down as you get to your destination. At least not as of yet. So if you are planning to leave, earlier is probably better. But again, making sure that you are taking your time out on the roadways, going slow, going at posted speeds to make sure that everything is going smooth for your travel. And the one last thing I want to mention is our You're Not Alone mental health series. So if you are going through stress, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, addiction, whether that's with substance abuse or gambling or anything else, know that you're not alone. There are resources out there, and they're on your screen on the right side. Just pull out your cell phone's camera, scan the QR code, and it'll bring you to our website, wilx.com. And you'll be able to see a list of resources for those mental health care professionals that you can reach out to when you feel ready to do so. And they are ready to listen to you, help understand what you're going through, and guide you to help improve your emotional well-being. So know that those resources are there for you. And then tomorrow, for the 4th of July, we are going to be having a You're Not Alone special running during our 11 a.m. newscast. There is no 11 a.m., no 4 p.m. happening tomorrow. So again, the You're Not Alone special is airing tomorrow at 11 in the morning in place of News 10 today at 11. So that is what we have coming up on News 10. It's a lot going on with the 4th of July holiday, and then also talking about road closures out there, removing lane restrictions for a lot of those drivers, and then also talking about many other things happening across our community. We're going to be sharing all of that coming up on News 10 throughout the remainder of today. And then make sure you're tuning into Studio 10, getting started in less than 20 minutes here, sharing all of your 4th of July fun, and then tune in for First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news. We hope you have a great 4th of July, Mid-Michigan.